I'm Anna, and I am here with Candace at Therm-o-web. Hi, Candace.
Hi, Anna.
It's so good to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
And we're going to talk about some of the great heat and bond products that Therm-o-web makes. I have been using them for years. I said, Candace, please let's do something. And so I'm so excited to be working with your product and showing our viewers how cool it is and the neat things it does. And so Candace is going to help me out if I'm not saying things correctly.
Oh, I'm sure you're going to do just fine.
And what we're going to do today is we're going to make this really cute little smock. This is an extra or a large child's t-shirt, and it's perfect for preschoolers and kindergarten. So you don't have to fool around with tying things on them. And it has this great little pocket, and it has your vinyl. Oh, I just discovered this stuff. It's so cool. So I'm going to teach you all how to use it, the heat and bond and the heat and bond iron. Now what I'm using, this is the Ultra Hold heat and bond. Do you tell us just real quick about the difference between that and the light?
Yeah, so the Ultra Hold is in the red package, and that one is a no-sew. You just iron it on and you're finished with the project. The purple package, the heat and bond light, that one you sew through. So that would be, it's a little bit lighter weight, so it's easier for the sewing machine to go through.
And that way won't gum up its needle, because I know sometimes guys accidentally have used this and I've gummed my needle up.
Yeah.
But so the light is perfect. It doesn't bother your needles at all. Great. So what actually I found is when I used my pattern, it was easier for me to draw on the heat and bond, because sometimes I'll do it on the fabric first, but I thought it was easier to draw on the heat and bond. Now the little pig pattern that you see here will be available on our website, so you can download it. It'll be in a PDF form.
Oh, great.
So just go ahead and trace all the little pig. This is his head, his belly, and his snout, and his little hoofs. And then once you've got that done, and so the heat and bond on the other side has this iron, or this sticky surface. What do you call the back side?
Well, it's kind of a shiny, and you can definitely feel the texture. And that's the actual blue surface.
So that's the side. So you're going to put that right on top of your fabric. And what I'll do is I'll put it on the fabric and then cut it out. You know, iron it and then cut the fabric out. It's easier. So go ahead and use an iron. And what setting do you usually like to use?
You want to use a medium heat on your iron.
Hot.
So usually a wool setting works great.
So then you can see I've already ironed this on. So here, this is what it looks like. It's really cool. So we have all the pieces that are already ironed on. I chose these other fabrics. Here's the hoofs and the belly. Candace has a really cool little hint to tell us.
Well, I was going to say, if you do go to the website to download the piggy pattern, if it's a PDF, you can actually print it right through your inkjet printer. You would just trim the heat and bond to an 8.5 by 11 sheet, and then put it in the printer so it'll print on the paper side on like a draft setting, and it'll actually print the piggy right onto the back of your paper.
Oh, that beats cutting and tracing.
Right.
That's brilliant.
And there'll be nice clean lines on it.
Oh, thank you for giving us that little hint. I love it. So then when we get that all finished, and we've already done our pressing, we've cut all our components out. And you can see I laid down the piggy body here and cocked the head just a little bit because he's in 2 points. And now we're going to do the belly. And what you do is you just peel this off. I'm going to place the belly here and his little snout here. And then I'm going to steam press them. Well, no steam press.
Right,
We're just going to...
Nice warm iron.
Nice warm iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be good. I like to count. And you just a little test with your finger, make sure that's good.
Yeah, let it cool for a quick second first, and then
do another test. The other thing I did is I cut the word get, G-E-T, with the Craftwell, with their fabric. When we put the heat and bond on, and then they ran it through and cut the word get out for me. So that's another thing that you can use any kind of die cut machines to cut out the heat and bond with the fabrics.
It's great. You just iron it onto the back of the fabric first, and then it goes right through the machine.
Yes, it's perfect. Now we have all our components ironed onto the t-shirt, and now we're going to put the vinyl over the top.
Yep.
So the vinyl comes in a roll, and it actually has this grid, which I found really helpful.
Yeah, on the back of it, so it helps to cut straight lines or any other patterns.
Exactly,
it does. You're doing a pattern or something.
And so in a minute, I'm going to show you how to actually iron the vinyl on the pocket portion, but I just want, if you can help me do the little reveal here. This is so exciting after it's all ironed on. Look at that. It's really fun. The one thing I do want to say is I did take a paintbrush with acrylic paint, and I just painted right on the t-shirt the word messy. Okay, and our next step we're going to do is we're going to do the pocket for the apron. And so I cut out a piece to fit across the bottom of the t-shirt. I'm going to just show you what I used this is the Heat and Bond Light.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about it while I'm showing how to iron this.
So that one's actually the Heat and Bond Light tape. It comes in a 3/8, 5/8, or 7/8 width. And the nice thing with that is it's our pre-cut, so you can either do borders or you can add it for ribbons and trims to embellish something. But it's already pre-cut, so you don't have to trim the large sheet into a section. So
Yeah,
it works out great.
and what I'm actually using it is for hemming.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is what I'm going to do. So you saw me ironing that on. Now I'm going to peel the pieces off.
Yep. So it works the same way. It's a paper-backed adhesive. And then once you expose it, it's got solid adhesive on all the areas.
So I'm going to, just to show you, so the adhesive's right here. I'm just folding this over, and this is the 3/4 inch. I think, right, 3/4 inch?
The 5/8.
5/8, thank you. And I'm just going to press this down, like so. And it's instantly pressed. Voila, we love that. So you're going to continue doing that.
Yep, and then the nice thing, this comes in the Ultra Hold, which is the no-sew, or the light, which is what we're using, which you can then sew through either by hand or a machine.
Right, very good. So now our pocket's done, and I'm going to show you how to iron the vinyl because I really want them to see how cool that is to do the vinyl. Okay, I have all my edges already pressed down.
Yep.
And so now we're ready to put the vinyl on. So the vinyl is going to go on top of the fabric. And it has like a little sticky, very light
tack, just so you can. It helps to position it on the fabric. So you just peel it off the release liner. The shiny side is going to be what's up on your fabric.
Okay.
And so you just kind of want to line it up. Yep.
You do not want to throw that away.
Yeah, don't throw away the protective paper because you need to lay it on top of the vinyl when you're ironing, so you don't melt the actual vinyl.
There you go. And once you while I'm doing the pressing here, just tell them a couple hints about not hitting the vinyl and all that. You're going to count 1, 2, 3. It's 8 seconds on this side.
Yeah, and then you want to slide the iron to a new position, slightly overlapping the one you had it, and continue on until the whole thing is pressed. If you don't have the protective paper anymore, you could use something like parchment paper, as long as it's a nice smooth surface that's heat resistant. And the same thing goes, let's say you make a placemat and you folded it accidentally in your drawer, you can put the protective paper back over it and iron it again to let any creases out.
Perfect. That's perfect. So now I'm going to peel this up, or do I want to leave this on when I heat from the back side?
You'll want to leave that on, just so it doesn't get any markings from the ironing board.
Okay, so it's, that's a good point, because the vinyl will pick up any
little
threads
creases or designs. Yeah.
So it's 8 seconds on this side. It's 4 seconds on this side.
Yeah, 2 to 4 depending on the thickness of your fabric. Sometimes
2,
you don't even
3,
have to do
4.
it.
What has a game show clock?
Oh yeah. So just a nice light one, especially if you're working with a thicker material like an upholstery for a placemat. Sometimes a lighter quilter's cotton, you might not even need that back heat.
And then we're just going to let this cool
for a few seconds.
Just a few seconds, and then we'll be able to peel this right off, and voila, look at that.
It's a beautiful, shiny fabric now that's all protected.
This is like, wow. The first time we did a little test, and we're going, oh, this is really cool.
Yeah.
What can we make with it now?
Yeah. So we're all set, ready to go.
So now the very last step is to attach the pocket. Now on our, I hand stitched this pocket on using some embroidery stitches. You could do it on the sewing machine because remember, use the light, so it'll go fine through here. But you could also tell me a little bit about the fabric fuse.
Yeah, so if you don't want to sew at all, we have a product that's called Peel and Stick Fabric Fuse. It's a fabric adhesive solely meant for sticking fabric down. So we have it in sheets or a roll, so you could actually just attach the roll to the side and stick it right onto the project.
But when you do iron, remember to put your sheet
back over
the top.
Yeah. And this one's no heat, it's just stick on.
Oh, it's just stick on. Okay, perfect.
Yep.
And what I do want to point out, even when you're doing something like that, just for a little extra, I added sewed buttons on the corners.
It's a really nice touch.
And then that way it'll also give a little extra strength, because we know how toddlers and kindergartners they're always yanking on everything. So that just gives it a little extra strength on it. And you can see how I just did some simple embroidery, or like I said, the sewing machine. And I wanted to point out he did need little eyes, and we just used the little buttons. And all these little buttons are for Blumenthal Lansing that we're using. So they're really cute and a fun extra accent. Now I can't wait to get this on a little toddler and get messy.
I can't wait to make one of these for my son. I'm sure he's going to love it.
Candace, thank you so much for doing this today with me.
Thank you so much.
And you know what we say? When creativity knocks, open the door.
Excellent.